Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
And that breaking news story is a deadly motorcycle crash. Right now, part of Glenwood Avenue in Raleigh is closed as police are investigating. We're going to take you there to this scene and tell you what we've learned in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker.
And on Dual Doppler 5000 radar this morning, we have some showers in our southern counties. I'll let you know if this morning rain will affect your morning commute.
And expanding the rules. Today, Wake school leaders are discussing more regulations for AI in the classroom. What the proposed policy would change about student AI use. Well, thanks so much for joining us here on this Wednesday morning, dark and early on WRAL News. We are happy to have you here with us. I'm Chris Lovingood. We'll go ahead and swing it to your weather forecast. That's what you really want to know about this morning with Elizabeth Gardner. Elizabeth, we know that you folks have been tracking what's been going on in the Gulf, what that means for us here. Kind of talk a little bit about what we're getting right now.
So this is some showers that's fairly unrelated to what's happening down there in the Gulf, where we may have our first tropical storm of the season coming up. Right here along the I-95 corridor from Johnston County southward and eastward, we have a pocket of some scattered light rain. It's not much, but if you're over around Goldsboro or southern Johnston County, down around Fayetteville, Lumberton, and Hope County, you're going to see a few showers. Hope Mills, Clinton, also seeing a little bit of light patchy rain. This will move on out in the next couple of hours. It's not likely to have an effect around the triangle, but if you are headed south on I-40 or on I-95, you may run into this rain. It's likely to be over by around 7 a.m. We're looking at some sunshine through the afternoon and a hotter day today. Right now, of course, we have the tower right here in our backyard lit in red for the hurricanes. We're getting excited about the parade on Saturday, and we'll talk about that forecast coming up. Right now, it is 70 with a dew point of 63, so temperatures are a little warmer. The dew point's a little bit higher right now than it was yesterday. We'll be in the mid-80s at lunchtime. We do climb to 94 compared to the upper 80s that we saw yesterday. Let's jump on down to the Gulf. We have a system developing. It's a tropical depression right now, and it is likely to continue. Well, I say it's a tropical depression. It's a potential tropical cyclone, technically, which means that it has the potential to produce some tropical storm force winds. It's moving northeast at 5 miles per hour, and right now winds at 15 miles southeast of Corpus Christi. So it's right there along the coast. It could become our first tropical storm a little bit later today or this evening, which would be Arthur. Then it becomes a low and has the potential to bring some rain for us Thursday night and Friday. And we'll check that out coming up. Chris?
Looking forward to your full forecast. Thank you, Elizabeth. Let's get back to that breaking news. As Raleigh police are investigating a deadly motorcycle crash on Glenwood Avenue. Let's bring in Kirsten Clark. She is live at that scene in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. Kirsten, I see the scene is still very much busy behind you. What can you tell us about what's happened here?
Yes, Chris, this is just yards away from the intersection of Glenwood Avenue and Oberlin Road. If you take a closer look here at this scene, you can see a portion of Glenwood is blocked off in both directions here with yellow tape. You can see several Raleigh police officers on scene here. And we actually saw a motorcycle on the side of the road when we first arrived. At this point, we know the motorcyclist died on scene, and Raleigh police say excessive speed is believed to be a factor in this crash. There were no other vehicles involved in the crash. And when it comes to this portion of Glenwood Avenue, police tell us it's expected to remain closed for at least another few hours at this point. So we're still working to learn more information about what led up to this crash and how this all unfolded. And we'll be sure to bring you updates as this investigation continues. Live in Raleigh, Kirsten Clark, WRAL News.
We're also trying to learn new information this morning about an overnight crash in Raleigh. This happened on Western Boulevard just off I-440. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker was also here capturing video of a car trapped by a fallen tree in the road. Downed power lines were also seen on the road, and Duke Energy is reporting 12 customers are without power in that area at last check. We're just trying to find out what caused the crash and if there were any injuries. Today, the man accused of kidnapping a woman and crashing into a Raleigh police cruiser with an officer inside is expected in court. Ahmad Nasser is facing several charges here, including fleeing and eluding, injury to personal property, and assaulting a female. Witnesses tell police that they saw Nasser push a woman into a Chevy Tahoe on Lake Vista Drive yesterday. Investigators say they saw Nasser's SUV shortly after, and that was near Creedmoor Road, and that's why they chased after him. He led them back to Lake Vista Drive and then crashed into a Raleigh police cruiser with the officer inside. What you're seeing here is video of the aftermath. The officer was okay and no one else was hurt, according to investigators. Nasser is expected in court at 1:30 this afternoon. Today, a new AI policy for your child's school is up for discussion. Wake County school leaders will talk about the district's guidelines about this. And Kelsey Coffey is joining us live from outside the school headquarters in Cary. Kelsey, most school districts across the state already have an AI policy.
Yes, Chris. So today, Wake school leaders will be one step closer to nailing down their own AI policy. Talks about a new policy have been happening here inside the school board headquarters for months now. North Carolina lawmakers are considering making guidelines at the state level, too. A new law could require the State Board of Education to adopt standards for AI literacy in schools and a set policy that would be followed at the local level. Wake school leaders are now considering requiring students to acknowledge and explain their use of AI. They also may provide more guidance on AI ethics and discourage teachers from using AI detectors to monitor students' work.
The State Department of Public Instruction has discouraged the use of these detectors since January of 2024 when they issued guidance on it. So it's long been discouraged. Wake County says that internally they discourage the use of these detectors, but we know that some teachers have actually still been using them.
And we've even reported about one Wake County student who claims she was wrongly accused of using AI after a teacher used one of those detectors. Now, school leaders won't actually make a vote on this probably until August. But even after that vote is passed, the policy may have to change after state lawmakers decide on a statewide protocol. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Cary.
A person is in jail after police say that this person hit two law enforcement vehicles in a high-speed chase in Cumberland County, and this is according to State Highway Patrol. They say that a trooper tried to stop a vehicle for speeding. The driver refused to stop, and the trooper then chased the driver into Sampson County and then back into Cumberland County. Well, that's where the driver hit a police vehicle and state trooper vehicle on NC 24. The driver was arrested. State lawmakers are moving forward with a bill to increase criminal penalties for people who expose minors to obscene images. The state Senate unanimously approved this bill that aims to lengthen prison sentences for people who show images depicting nudity or sexual activity to children. Those offenses would become a higher level of felony. The House of Representatives still needs to approve that bill before it goes to the governor's desk. The Carolina Hurricanes Stanley Cup Parade is taking shape. Preparations are happening in downtown Raleigh for Saturday's celebration. Now, if you're driving into downtown for the parade, these 5 city-owned parking decks will be free for you to use. Most are east of Wilmington Street, but there's also the City Hall and Cabarrus parking decks. The parade starts at 11 a.m., but the city is going to start shutting roads down as early as 5:30 in the morning. Remember, this is what the parade looked like 20 years ago. Huge crowds, but we have added nearly 500,000 people to Wake County since then. But crowds are not keeping Caniacs from the Cups at all.
Oh, it's everything. I mean, there's 4 major leagues. You get 4 champions a year, and the city of Raleigh has one of them. So it's the biggest it can be. There's nothing bigger. No matter the sport, this is what sports are all about.
Going to get there with my kids, get there early. We're going to skip a basketball game and show up and look to see the Cup.
Now, the city says the Convention Center and Performance Arts parking decks will charge $10 to park. Now, outside of that, parking costs are up to the owners of those lots. So you'll want to get downtown early or find another way to get to the parade if you need to. So let's get you a look at the Stanley Cup Parade route for this Saturday. It will go down Hillsborough Street, swing by the state capitol, and then down Fayetteville Street. The parade ends at Davie Street for a fan rally that will happen after the parade in City Plaza. Count on WRAL for live team coverage of the Big Canes Parade Saturday. You see my face there. You see Renee's face there and Elizabeth as well. We are going to have so much fun and have more than a dozen crew members out there in downtown Raleigh, so you can see every angle of the celebrations. We'll carry the entire event live, including a fan rally in City Plaza. You can watch WRAL on air and online. Well, as parade preparations are happening and the Stanley Cup is making its way around Raleigh, so are the players. Andrei Svechnikov put in a few hours at Raising Cane's on Hillsborough Street yesterday. He served up several fans some boxed combos behind the counter. What a surprise they probably would have had, right? The line wrapped around the building with people hoping to get in. Svechnikov says that seeing people come together to cheer them on, it's one of the best parts, and fans loved it.
I to be honest, no surprise. We got the best fans in the world. They passion, they love hockey here, and I was just coming home from last night. I had over probably 50 people, around my house. So happy, so happy for them.
And he also signed some merch for fans before serving up food. What a guy. And as the Canes celebrate their win, they're also sounding the siren on food insecurity. Players are partnering with the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina to improve access to food this summer. WRAL's Ali Kadlabar joins us live from the Lenovo Center. Ali, the goal, we're talking about $25,000 in donations. That'd be a lot of money for families.
Yeah, Canes center Logan Stankoven and defenseman Jacob Slavin, they started this $25,000 goal to end hunger challenge at the beginning of the Stanley Cup final. And with each hurricane warning flag that went up, they were able to bring in more money. Now, each dollar, it provides 3 meals to children, veterans, or working families. And with that, once the $25,000 goal is met, 75,000 meals will be provided. The Hurricanes also donated a $50,000 grant on the ice during Game 2. With the rising cost of housing, food, and gas, the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina says this effort comes at a crucial time.
Our families with children are now having to think about how they're going to put 10 extra meals on the table each week per child. And for budgets that are already strapped, that is incredibly difficult.
And right now, they are less than $1,000 away from reaching that $25,000 goal. We know the Caniacs can help raise that money and meet their goal. You can find that donation link on the Food Bank's website or on WRAL.com and later this morning. Reporting live at Lenovo Center, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
Your time on this Wednesday morning is 4:41. Pushing for a raise. Leaders in Zebulon are proposing pay increases as the town deals with a budget gap. The debate around the town's tax dollars.
And a couple of things you need to know about. Number one, some isolated showers this morning in our southern counties, and we're watching a potential tropical cyclone. Could be our first of the year. We'll talk about whether or not it could bring us some rain. 445, dual Doppler 5000 radar showing some showers, especially south and east of I-95. This is moving on by, and once it moves out, this is going to be really it for the day today. But we are looking at a better chance for rain Thursday night and Friday, which could be associated with a tropical system developing, and we're going to walk through that coming up. But around Wayne County, Goldsboro, or just east of I-95 in Johnston County, around Fayetteville, and east around Sampson County, those are the areas that you could see a little bit of light patchy rain this morning. It's a small chance, and it's out of here pretty quickly by 7 o'clock. That's about it. And we'll see some increasing sunshine through the afternoon. Of course, lots of buildings and areas all over the viewing area are lit up in red. That's the Capitol building looking down Fayetteville Street, lit up in red for the Carolina Hurricanes. It is 70 in Fayetteville, Raleigh, and Durham, 63 in Roanoke Rapids, 69 in Rocky Mount and Wilson. So it's warmer this morning, and it will be a hot afternoon. Temperatures will climb into the mid-90s, but the humidity doesn't look terrible just yet. We'll talk about when that starts to climb too coming up. Chris?
People want to know that. Thank you, Elizabeth. We'll see you in a bit. Leaders in Zebulon are proposing pay raises for the town's top elected leaders. And this is happening as the town faces a $2.4 million budget gap. You see, under the proposal, Zebulon's mayor could make $5,000 more each year. Commissioners could see their pay double to $16,000 annually. Now, while leaders could make more, other town expenses could see cuts to bridge a $2.4 million budget gap. And that includes returning millions of dollars tied to inactive or delayed capital projects.
We should have been doing those things. If we're not doing them this year, when are we going to do them, and where would that money ever come from?
The mayor says the raises in part are needed to account for the time required to serve in public office. Well, big changes could be coming to local elections in part of our area. The State House voted to postpone most elections in Moore County and make them partisan. This would also move all municipal races to even-numbered years, postponing elections planned for next year. The bill passed along party lines with Republicans in support and Democrats opposed. It still has to pass the Senate, though. Well, the Stanley Cup has really been on the move since it landed in Raleigh. Taking the tour de Raleigh. This is video from yesterday where it was seen at Vivace in North Hills. More people getting to see it. That's pretty cool. We actually talked with the owner of Vivace about this surprise visit. Kevin Jennings says the players visit the restaurant often, and he says that most of them have developed a relationship with the staff.
I went to the staff and I said, "Hey, what was this all about?" And he just said, "Hey, Martin Oak walked in and said, 'We're coming for lunch and we're bringing the cup,' and that was it. So and they feel at home there. A lot of the players come there really often.
I mean, are they going to come to WRAL? We'd like to see the cup. That'd be cool. The trophy made rounds on Glenwood South Monday night and into a popular Cane's bar called Teats. Fans filled the streets of downtown to get a glimpse of that. Now, if you didn't know, it's common for the Stanley Cup champions to take the cup around while they're celebrating. Here's where it's been so far. The NHL says every player will get 24 hours with a cup, which is a tradition that began in 1995. Again, bring it here. We want to see it. Well, water levels at Falls Lake, they're dropping as this ongoing drought seems to not let up. We're talking about pushing Raleigh closer to stage 2 water restrictions. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers says that Falls Lake is now at 242.2 feet. The water supply is at 66%, which is a 3% drop from last week. Phase 2 water restrictions go into effect at 45%. And Elizabeth, we keep telling people this just to kind of let them know just how severe this situation is, why we need rainfall. And you obviously are tracking what's going on down in the Gulf and how there's the potential for more rain, but you're also talking about the next weather maker you're looking at.
Yeah, that's right. So a lot of things going on. Number one, we have a low pressure system, just a weak system that's swinging by to the south to bring a few isolated showers. It's not going to be a drought buster by any means, and we won't even see it in the triangle. But that's where we're going to start this morning. You can see that sliding eastward, and along this front, we do have some showers that popped up. It's just going to be a little bit of light rain. Goldsboro, you're seeing a bit of that right now. Fayetteville, Clinton, that's mainly where it is. We'll head down to the south, a little bit there in Hoke County, but you can see the back edge of this right here around I-95, and that is the back edge of it. We're not likely to see any more than that. So Goldsboro, Fayetteville, Clinton, those are the areas that mostly are seeing the rain right now. Of course, we have the top of the tower lit in, or the whole tower, I should say, lit in red to celebrate the Carolina Hurricanes. And Chris was talking about them carrying the cup around and bringing it to WRAL. Fingers crossed. I remember in 06, they brought it right here in the studio. So yeah, bring it. Hopefully we'll get to see it. 70 is our temperature right now with a dew point of 63. And that is actually sitting right there on the nice side of the muggy meter. So it's not terrible out there. It is warm, warmer than yesterday. 70 in Morrisville, Raleigh, and Garner, 70 in Knightdale, 68 in Clayton, and 65 in Chapel Hill. A hotter day today. We climb back into the low to mid 90s across our area with increasing sunshine. We're going to see a pretty sunrise here shortly. Tomorrow is going to be a very hot day again. We get back into dangerous heat up near a record at 99 and the heat index at 106. It's possible that we would be under a heat advisory for tomorrow, but the Weather Service may not issue that until tomorrow morning. After that, Friday's hot, but not as hot. 97 will likely have the chance of some rain Thursday night and Friday with that potential tropical cyclone that's sitting down off the Gulf Coast near Texas and Louisiana. So in terms of our heat risk, major for Thursday, and then it is still hot Saturday and Sunday, but the biggest heat risk that we'll have will be tomorrow, and our biggest rain chance right after that, Thursday night into Friday. And here's a look at that system right now. It's down here along the Gulf Coast. It's going to be hugging the coast, but a lot of the showers and thunderstorms are sitting just offshore. 15 miles southeast of Corpus Christi. It is moving northeast at 6 miles per hour. This is the brand new 5 o'clock advisory, just came in moments ago. No real change from the 2 a.m. advisory, though still winds at 30 miles per hour. If it gets a name along the coast, it would be Arthur, and then eventually it brings us some rain, which is going to be great to see. Juneteenth, of course, is Friday. We could see some showers and thunderstorms into Friday. We're going to walk through that on Futurecast. Saturday, the big Hurricanes Parade, and Sunday is Father's Day. Woo! It's going to be a big weekend, Chris.
A big weekend for this dad indeed, Elizabeth. Your time this morning is 4:51. We're talking about new adventures. A first look at Shrek 5 and the cast of the upcoming Gollum movie is growing. What's happening in entertainment? That's just ahead.